Charter California Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance, and we are joined today by Laura Leventhal. She is with the Special Olympics World Games Los Angeles 2015. Incredibly exciting that LA is going to be hosting the Special Olympics this summer. What is the Special Olympics as opposed to, for example, the Paralympics?
Yeah, very good question.
Mm-hmm.
Common misconception
Right.
is to assume that it's the same as the Paralympics. Special Olympics is focused on intellectual disabilities rather than physical impairments. So all of our athletes are intellectually disabled.
Right.
Sometimes there's a physical disability,
Right.
but that's completely secondary.
And when you say all of your athletes, you're not kidding. 7,000 athletes from
That's right.
177 countries are descending on the Los Angeles, really the Central and Southern California region at the end of July.
That's right. The world is coming, as
The
we like
world
to say.
is coming. So
right.
tell us more about the games. How did Los Angeles become the host, the sponsor, and what can we expect?
Well, Patrick McClanahan, our president and CEO,
Sure.
really has worked with Special Olympics for a number of years now and was adamant that Los Angeles was the perfect place to host the next games and fought really hard to win the bid. We're thrilled to have
Right.
it in Los Angeles. It is a really great fit. It will be the largest event since the 1984 Olympics of
Shocking,
this kind
stunning,
that LA is
exciting.
hosted. Very.
And so let's talk about a program in which you are spearheading, and that is the Host Town program, which in a lot of ways I think is amongst the most innovative I've heard when you think about bringing athletes to a region. What is the Host Town program?
So the Host Town program is really designed to get the athletes to acclimate and feel like they're part of the community before they're thrust into competition
Sure.
at the games. So from July 21st to the 24th, all of these athletes from different countries will be staying in different communities throughout Southern California, all
And-
the way from San Luis Obispo
Right.
to San Diego.
Yeah, you're not kidding, because that's kind of Central California if you
Yeah.
think about it. And you have been working so hard to sign up these host communities, which I understand are signed up. There are still opportunities to get involved, but why don't you tell us about the 80 plus communities that are hosting these athletes, what they're doing, what the community's doing, what the athletes will be doing with the community members, and how we might be able to get involved.
Sure. So these 80 plus communities that have valiantly stepped up to host these athletes will host about 100 from a delegation, and they will be putting them in either hotels or university campuses and providing food,
Not
activities.
homes generally.
Not homes.
Okay.
Yeah, in previous years we did host them in homes, but we decided not to do that in
Okay.
Los Angeles. So we've had a number of university partners step up, as well as a number of hotel partners that are offering facilities to these athletes for training, food, cultural activities that the community can offer. So if it's a beach community, they
Sure.
can, offer some of that culture, or if it's a mountain community, maybe they have something different to present.
I must ask, I would think, regardless of the ability or disability of the athlete, that language is always an issue. I mean, you
Absolutely.
have 177 countries,
Yes.
and, maybe in Solvang you'll have the Dutch delegation go, or wherever it may be, in Glendale maybe the delegation from Armenia, but other than that, how do you, manage that? Is it Dutch or Danish, now that I'm thinking? Anyway,
Danish.
Danish.
It's a lot to manage,
Right,
a lot of
right.
logistics, and even when we're looking at all of the languages, we have a specific
Right.
department that's there to sort out, is that the primary language that our group is going to be speaking versus
Right.
the general language of the country? So there's tons of logistics. We do
But have you tried, I mean, I'm being a little bit silly, but for example, if there's a delegation from Armenia, did you try to send them to Glendale, which has a large Armenian population, or not necessarily?
It depends. We had
Yeah.
a pretty strategic process in trying to both match the community if it was going to be a comfortable fit, but we also wanted them to experience something different.
That's what I was going to say.
So it completely
right,
depends.
in some ways.
Yeah.
So give us a sense. I think you are specializing in the South Bay, is
That's
that right?
correct.
And so to the extent maybe you can tell us, like, what's Hermosa Beach getting? What's Manhattan Beach getting? I'm just kind of interested to know.
Hermosa Beach is hosting Belize and Belgium, so that's kind of an interesting eclectic
Right,
mix.
so that'd be French, Flemish, and Spanish. Or Belize is Spanish speaking or English speaking? It's Spanish, I think. Yeah, okay.
And English. I
And
think
okay.
English is the official language,
Okay.
but they also speak
Okay.
Spanish.
What else?
Manhattan Beach is hosting Hungary and Nepal.
I mean, these languages could
Redondo
not be.
Beach, Benin, Suriname, and Haiti. And El Segundo is hosting Macedonia, Uzbekistan, and Barbados. So it's quite the group.
I mean, this is
quite the
this,
group.
what a
Yeah.
remarkable opportunity. So tell us what the hometown communities will be doing with the athletes and vice versa.
Certainly. So the host towns are all planning different activities. From what we've heard, most of them are really focusing their efforts right now on fundraising and preparing for these athletes. They're all going to do some kind of welcoming activity depending on when the athletes arrive on the 21st. There will be some host town activities surrounding the law enforcement torch run, where they actually run the torch in through some of these host towns. And then a bunch of other things for training and
So
cultural
how can we get involved? I mean, that's really the key. I mean, so many communities, 80 plus, even if it's not technically your city, I'm sure the next door city is involved. So how can we get
Certainly. Well, our main website, la2015.org, is probably the best resource. We have a list where you can search any community nearby you where you might discover that your own hometown is a host town. Or you might find out that they're partnering with a local community nearby. And even if they're not, we've found that you know, this event is all about working together.
So let's talk about the games, because in the end, it is about the games. And when we talk about these Special Olympians, you know, presumably they could be outstanding athletes. Again, it's not the Paralympics where there may be a physical disability. This is, I mean, they could be great.
Oh, they're phenomenal. And actually, they sort of blow us away frequently when they're interviewed or asked about their experiences. And you ask them what sport they play, they're not like typical athletes. They'll tell you, 10 different sports that they excel in. So they make us look bad all the time.
25 sports, aquatics, athletics, badminton, soccer, marathon, it goes on and on. To the extent that you know, what are the more heavily participated events?
Well, I think that we have a pretty good representation for all of the athletic sports in the games. One that's kind of interesting that we have a lot of athletes participating in is bocce, which is something that doesn't always get so much attention. So that's been interesting to watch. I'm really excited to see equestrian. I've never seen one of the Special Olympics equestrian events, so that will be really interesting to watch.
Beautiful
and it's also very therapeutic. We found it's really
How can we watch the events? Are they open to the public?
They are.
And where are they? Are they up and down the California coast?
They are. A lot of them are primarily centered in the Los Angeles area. And then we also
Where?
have
I mean, is it mostly like,
the Coliseum and UCLA, USC. We also have an event for equestrian and golf up at Griffith Park, and then also some events down in Long Beach.
And what about volunteer opportunities for the actual Special Olympics as opposed to host town communities? I mean, if you have, what is it? What is 7,000? I mean, 7,000 athletes, I'm sure they come with staff and trainers, et cetera.
Plenty of volunteer opportunities, from coaching to helping escort people to just, being a liaison to someone at the games. Plenty of ways to get involved. Again, la2015.org, there's a volunteer portal right there. We're looking all the time.
I want to ask about you, if I may.
Sure.
What has this meant to you to be able to participate with such a, can I say special group of individuals? Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What has it meant to you?
This experience has been wonderful. I actually, far better than I even expected, working with some of my colleagues.
And I understand some of your colleagues have intellectual disabilities.
Yes. Two that come to mind off the top of my head. One that I actually went to high school with and reconnected with through this job is our secretary.
You told me that. Yes,
She's absolutely phenomenal.
Did you remember each other?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's been wonderful, really connecting with her. And then we have another employee on our staff, Dustin, who's just tremendous. So working with them and really understanding everything about them has been amazing. Plus, selfishly, I'm from LA, so this has been even doubly exciting.
And how is it for them, those two individuals, for example, that they can participate in such a way?
I think it's really phenomenal. I think I know for Kaylee, who is also from the South Bay.
It's amazing that your high school friends,
it's very coincidental.
Did you just walk in and like, wait, I know you?
Yes.
That's great.
And we took a minute. We had to really figure out why we knew each other.
Right.
I think for her, it's been amazing because she's been able to connect at the games, but also at the host town level.
Laura, thank you so much for joining us. Her name is Laura Leventhal. She is with the Special Olympics World Games Los Angeles 2015. My name is Brad Pomerance. It's Charter California Edition.